Welcome back to another episode of the Unquestioned podcast with
It's always sunny on the riverside.
yes, baby, the Unquestioned podcast with Debaere and Willem Himpe. Luigi, my man, why is the sun shining so hard?
Because there's a misconfiguration. There's been a problem. I'm still in Belgium, but yeah, there's a bug, and it's sunny over here. I'll take it. I won't complain. I'm not gonna file an issue.
Me neither. It's the same here in Amsterdam. The sun is shining, so I think California gave us a day from there.
That's right.
From their beautiful climate to us. So thank you so much to the all gods at the West Coast. But okay, Luigi, I want to start off this podcast with an issue I'm having. Yes, the thing is,
Who did you annoy?
I've been put on a
Is she
timeout.
standing on the other side of the camera?
No, she is not, but she's really mad with me. She's been literally annoying me the whole week. I love her from the first day I met her till today, and it's my Tesla. My Tesla put me on a timeout. What are you thinking about someone else? I know.
I was gonna make some inappropriate jokes about you and her.
We'll keep that to the X-rated show. Uh, the
The uncensored podcast.
the uncensored podcast. That's a good idea. But the funny thing is for the listeners. So here in the Netherlands, they released. I don't think we spoke about it, but the full self-driving capability. It's in the first country where the regulators allowed it to be activated. And the only thing I had to do is, upgrade the software and literally the beautiful button, full self-driving, in brackets, supervised. Because those brackets is probably...
So explain to the users what it means, because it's the best software update ever, right?
Correct. It's the only thing is that it's still missing that I can press on a button and it can make me money because it can self-drive and do taxi services for me. But it's the craziest upgrade I've ever done. It's not like when I upgraded the software that it's a nice little AI feature comment. No, this is the craziest AI feature because the car can drive itself fully. And the first week I was testing it in Amsterdam in difficult situations, even
With the cyclists and everything.
even with the cyclist and a lot of pedestrian, it feels like an old granny driving, but it is stunning. And the funny thing is, you see as well other Teslas driving around when they have full self-driving on, because you see them. They drive way straighter, way more reliable than any other driver. So you can see it from
It's giving away that it's not human behind the wheel that's paying
in the
attention.
way. You see like a car and like
Because it's an Indian somewhere that's remote controlling the car.
very likely. And
Although actually, even then it would probably still be shaking. So
or it's Elon Musk that bought a company, Cursor, with all developers now been upskilled in being drivers for all the Teslas. No, that's not the case. Yeah, that's the funny thing. But tomorrow I will be put out of my timeout and I can use it again. And the reason why I was put in a timeout because it's driving itself so like perfectly that you get bored in a way. It's like, why do I still need
oh
to
my goodness.
on the road if you're doing it perfectly? And you look on the left, you look at the beautiful landscape, and then I think after 3 or 4 red flags or alerts, it said, your little boy, you're put on a timeout. You're not allowed to use it for a week. So yeah. That's technology. It's already making us there, or it's bitch.
Well, I'm jealous because in Belgium we don't have the update yet. So count yourself lucky. Realize what you have. Man, people get so entitled and they get so like spoiled. You're like a spoiled little kid, and yeah, you deserve your time out. Appreciate what you have.
You're right. You're right. Appreciate what I have. Well, this episode, a topic that we will talk about is as well. It's about appreciating what you have because if you're not too careful, you might lose it. And the topic of today is bankruptcies for people.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! That guy has been bankrupt. I don't want to do business with him. I don't
Oh,
trust him.
oh, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Have
whoa.
you ever been? Have you ever had to
Hold your
file for
horses. Hold
bankruptcy?
your horses. Well, me personally, well, the question was if I've been bankrupt or if I know people have been bankrupt.
If you've had to file for bankruptcy, because otherwise I think I have to shut down the podcast because reputation, too big of a reputation hit.
See, the true Belgian speaking. But I haven't filed for bankruptcy yet. uh, in my life. Actually, and the funny thing is what you're saying, I'm a Belgium. I was multiple times virtually bankrupt. And why do I say virtually bankrupt? Because on that day, if I counted all of my invoices I still needed to pay
Mm.
in that month and the revenue that was coming in, I was practically bankrupt. I wasn't bankrupt because I didn't pay them all at once, and I holded it. So that's why I call
Thank
it.
God for credit cards.
Thank God for credit cards, and then you as well, um, because you're at that stage, you really say, "What do I need to do? Cut my costs, push the sales, so that the revenue goes up." And that's what I also had to do with my startup. I had
Yeah, you
to.
should have hired McKinsey because then they would come in and tell you, "Have you tried cutting costs and increasing revenue?"
Problem would then be I would get an extra invoice of 1 million for worldly knowledge of cutting costs and and increasing revenue. But all jokes aside, have you had experiences, maybe yourself or with people that you know in Belgium that have gone bankrupt?
I know of someone that made significant investments in developing something, pursuing an idea, and then he tried everything he could. I could see it, and he shut down his company a few years later. And I think we shouldn't um, see that as something shameful or look down on people because they try stuff. We should actually um, not reward it, but in America, for example, they see that as a badge of honor. So it's true as a bank that I'm going to think twice about giving you more money because I don't know what you've tried, and if you maybe didn't handle it well enough, or if you were just paying yourself a lot of money before making sure that your idea worked. Um, but I will never, I think, punish anyone for trying something new. And I think as a society, we should um, enable as much experimenting and as much trial and error as possible, and making like failure not something that's frowned upon, and making just failure something possible. That doesn't have to mean the end of the road. It doesn't have to mean that that you're stuck forever. That was your chance. That you can never try anything again. So I think we should like stimulate it. Even. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, what I think, maybe I want to take one step back before I give you my opinion. So, what is bankruptcy? Maybe for people that don't know, it is when a company is currently operating and it cannot pay off its monthly or daily how you say it, expenses, and that can be money back to the bank, to its investors, can money to its employees, with the current money that's coming in. So then at a certain moment it's the government, or as well the people that hold the debt or hold the loans that that company has, say like, okay, we need to call it quits. We should, the money that is left, we should put it to the people that own it, because this business or organization that is running, it's only bleeding money, and worse, making the world worse, if you could say that. So it's better to call it quits.
It's like an escape in a way.
Just like you could say an escape to not make it worse and worse. Because if you have a bucket, let's make it like an analogy that has a couple holes in the bottom, instead of putting more and more water in it, they say like, let's stop putting water in, and let's the water that that still remains in the bucket, let's get it out.
Let's just
Because
give you the chance to a new bucket, but that's almost sounds too good to be true, Willem. Because let's take an example. I have I don't know, I'm a painter, so I need paint. I buy like I don't know, uh, a lot of cans of paint. I need stock, and suddenly I realize that I don't know, I'm not a good painter, or I don't have enough opportunities. The whole town has been painted, but I still need to pay my supplier. If I go bankrupt, I no longer have to pay for all my supplies, all the things that, or maybe I'm like say I'm paying off a vehicle. I no longer need to pay that back.
yeah, so this is kind of the moral thing, maybe of bankruptcy that we now already getting into. You mean that you think that's a smart
I mean,
move?
it sounds a little bit too easy. Can I keep the? I can't keep the vehicle of the company. I guess no.
Well, you cannot keep the vehicle of the company. The thing is, if you have to declare bankruptcy because the government kind of demands it, or the people that hold the debt, then very likely, if that company car is on the company, it will be sold, and the remaining money will go then to the people that
Mm,
own the debt. So, but that's as well, let me as well take a step back, is why often companies, if a company goes bankrupt, and you have used the money of that company to buy yourself a house, you give yourself a salary, and with that salary you saved and bought a house, and let's say 30 years in, you're bankrupt, and then the bank says, oh, thank you for those 30 years of work, but you're bankrupt, that is your house. That's kind of a beautiful thing. um, you don't lose your house because a company is
right.
often put under an LLC, and that is like that's an abbreviation for limited liability company. So
Hmm.
you are personally limited in your liabilities. So if your company goes bankrupt, it doesn't mean that you personally need to be
Right.
ruined.
So the person they're going after is not you, the real person, the father of the company. It's this fictitious, what they call a rechtspersoon. So it's like they're gonna go after the company, whatever it's named, and not after you personally.
Not up to you personally. The only thing is, and that's maybe a little bit, we're both from Belgium. Um, and the funny thing is, before this podcast, we were thinking of how many people we know have gone bankrupt that we know in our Belgian community. And there's a lot less that if we compare it to maybe Americans we know that we talk to. They're one out of every maybe five people they will have a bankruptcy story of
Yeah.
the family or in their friends. So it's way more common. And you could say that is kind of, is that a better society where um, bankruptcy is more common and is more, like you said, it's celebrated? Um, because I think there's many more stories as well in America where a person has personally benefited a lot, and then he let his company go bankrupt, um, and then is still better off at the end. But the people that own the debt and that
Yeah, because one more question here. If I'm a supplier, like if I have a big assignment to do, like I don't know what, I'm selling stuff to someone, and I deliver the goods, and suddenly they tell me they're bankrupt and they can't pay the invoice. Like, what do I do then as the supplier?
Yeah, well, when you do as a supplier, personally, it starts with day one. Is It's always a risk of doing business with a person, and it's always good to check if they are You
Oh,
can.
so that's on me. So I should be checking with every client that comes to me. I need to look them in the eye and be like, "Huh, are you still gonna be there in 2 years?" Wow. Okay.
Well,
I
I
thought the state was gonna help me here.
um, you mean the actually, to be honest, I don't know the details of it, but for example, if you there's an order. So if a company goes bankrupt, usually it's the people in an order. First of all, often it's the banks. They have strong contracts. If your company goes bankrupt, like 100% of what you owe often goes back to them or a certain percentage, so they are the first one to get paid. After that, often it will be um, the how you say it, the investors or other people that own stocks or like that
They're
bought
owed money.
their own money because they invested into your company, and as well based off the agreement that was set, we will invest in your company. But if it goes bankrupt, we as are after the banks or something, we are allowed to get paid back the full amount that we invested in you. And only
Right.
after that, then it's literally, I think, your suppliers, customers, and other parties that go below that.
Okay, so yeah, they try to, sell everything off that would be valuable in order to hopefully repay you. It's basically the state taking over and saying you're not gonna getting any more salary out of this. We're gonna dissolve everything.
Yeah,
And
and
I think they can still actually go after you personally in case your business plan was not in order. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the reason why they ask you for like something resembling a business plan. You don't have to stick to it, but you need to show, especially I think here, like that you were gonna be responsible, and then maybe something happened or it didn't pan out as you predicted.
correct. There's a like if you start a company, then there is you need to act responsibly. Let's say, and if you don't act responsibly, then you can be sued because you mistreated that kind of
Yeah.
act.
So scammers out here, people that are opportunistic before you try and try to exploit this and take advantage. I think the sharks of the state are. I mean, they've seen all the tricks in the book. So don't do it with the intent of failing to deliver.
Yes, and the good and the bad thing I feel like in Belgium, or let's say in Western Europe versus America, if you why are people in Belgium way more scared of going bankrupt? Because then, let's say in the system there is a red dot next to your name, or maybe a black dot, and it says this person was part of a company that's gone bankrupt. So what happens if you again are going to try to get a loan or start a new company or whatever? There's always going to be a much more premium that comes with that. So higher interest rate if you want to take a loan, people will very likely maybe don't want to
Yep.
lend money. Where if you compare it to America, there it will be seen like, okay, this person has gone bankrupt, but they have a vision of this is kind of his learning money. We has his leergeld, we say in
Oh,
Netherlands.
that's a good, yeah.
It's kind of
It's
he
a stepping stone.
certain way. He has effed up. It's good that it's not with my money he's effed up. All of the lessons he's learned.
He's a good American. Oh
He's a
my
good
god.
American. He's done his first and second bankruptcy. Now I can give him monies, but probably as well with a
We
little bit
reward risk
over.
taking. I mean, I
Yeah,
just cannot imagine a bank being like that. So yeah.
and and the thing is that there it's seen as a good thing, and by people taking or accepting bankruptcy, that's as well why many of the big companies are created there. Because if in Belgium you were became bankrupt, it becomes way harder to do it the second and a third time. That's why people get demotivated, and it's tougher to do that. Where in America they can compound all of that knowledge they learned from their previous failures, their
And
previous
they help each other.
And you mean what they help each other?
Once you've made it big, you're gonna look for to invest into other people to give them the same opportunity.
Correct, correct. And in certain cities that it's of in Western Europe that's happening, like in Ghent, is as well other entrepreneurs that also gone bankrupt and started a new thing and that are investing in new companies, but it's still not part of the culture. It's really a tiny fraction of it. Um, and that's a little bit of a, in my personal view, a limiting factor of entrepreneurship in Europe. So, and that's also why a lot of people that I've seen that if they go bankrupt, they really personally go back a lot, uh, just because it's such
They
a,
personally go back. What do you mean? Sorry.
yeah, maybe to clarify that, be a person that I've people that have done a startup or are in financial trouble within their company, they will usually as well use personal funds, try to do
Oh, okay.
everything to avoid
Mm.
be bankrupt, because they don't want that label on their name. And that's the
Mhm.
main thing in America. They can just say like, okay, it didn't work out. Let's get bankrupt, and I'll do it again with the lessons learned. And there they'll put themselves in Belgium, not specifically in Belgium, just saying Europe, way back, and they will ruin a little bit themselves in the process. Why they will probably be very demotivated to start again. Uh,
Yeah.
not a good, not a good, let's say,
Y-
incentive.
Well, it actually reminds me of another person that I know that decided not to to go for bankruptcy, and instead, and it really wasn't a large amount of money, decided to take on the debts personally. So that meant for the next 5 or 10 years, he had a few hundred euros to pay back every month, because he didn't want to. I mean, it's not like there's a blacklist, but he didn't want to have that uh, has been bankrupt label next to his name. And yeah, I mean, on the other hand, if we want to make a case for Europe, we could say maybe it's a little bit less of the Wild West, and things are more stable. Maybe you can count on the fact that your suppliers will yeah, like as a supplier, you will always be paid, or there's a higher likelihood that you're going to be paid. In the end, it's about the level of freedom. Here, the state is like, you know what? We'll be part of the insurance. We'll be part of the safety and security to make sure that when somebody owes you something, he's gonna get it. So you don't have to background check him. You don't have to do your due diligence. And in America, I mean, we go over it very lightly, but it must really suck if you did investments yourself for a product that you're expected to be paid for, and then the guy turns up to be bankrupt, right? So in America, again, the responsibility goes to the individual, and you have to be sure who you're in business with, and take more of the yeah, more of the hardship when it goes wrong, and then of course more of the gains if it works out.
Yeah, a funny example is that you have kind of it's called a win-win leaning. It's funny, maybe in the Belgian startup, is where even if the startup that goes bankrupt, the government will pay back 60%, I think, of the money that startup, of the money that you invested in that startup. So it's basically, don't worry, okay, it's
Upside and no, almost no downside. Oh,
almost no downside.
Americans are losing their mind here.
Yes, this is impossible. Um, No, but to to summarize, it is a beautiful system in America where there is no, you're not a black sheep if you have had a bankruptcy, and it's even celebrated that if you had a bankruptcy, you should try again, to learn the lessons you've had and make it bigger. And then a funny example as well, maybe in the last episode I talked about it. I was really into the whole story of WeWork. The co-working company. Started in New York and went worldwide. Grew crazy big, but is known as one of the biggest bankruptcy stories out there. And there as well, the founder, Adam Newman, he as well was almost financially ruined because he took a lot of personal debt. Um,
Still.
still, but personal debt based backed up with his WeWork stock. And he said like
Oh.
based off I think it was around 420 million that JP Morgan was personally lending him.
That's on them.
Was it
Yeah.
I might be a factor wrong if it's 42 or 420. And also the
Wow.
number 400,
Well, that's the thing though. If you owe 5 million euros, then you're in trouble. But if you owe the bank 5 billion, then the bank's in trouble, right? So maybe the lesson here is, uh, in Europe, only ask for bankruptcy if you're in too big of a hole, and maybe you keep digging a little bit, and otherwise it's not worth it. It's not worth the label.
definitely not. Oh, I found it now. We're online. The magic of ChatGPT. So it was around 500. It was a 500 million personal credit line that he got,
What?
and the amount he took out or had drawn down was 380 million. So
What did he use that for?
lots of things. To not
Okay,
deep into
okay.
the topic, the thing is, like, the company went bankrupt, so in a way he could not pay it back because the stock was not worth anything. Um, and in a way, if he would be Adam Newman, would be a company entrepreneur in Belgium, he would be completely ruined. He would
Well,
probably
he wouldn't have gotten off the ground, but yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
okay, that also. But if, let's say, based of that bankruptcy, you'd probably be in prison or maybe just out of prison, but no one would want to do business with him because that would be the biggest red flag ever.
yeah.
And the funny thing is, he is not,
Maybe he wouldn't even be able to work for the government.
uh, not even that. And the funny thing is, what happened is that one of the investors, uh, his name from SoftBank, just
Yeah, Maya,
Massa, Massa.
Mazda.
Um, he actually bailed him out because as well he would be as well very ruined if WeWork would completely be bankrupt. But in a way, now he has his new company Flow together with investors like Mark Andreessen, which is one of the famously known investors in Silicon Valley. And this is a perfect example. And the company's doing really well. It's still private, so we don't know the ins and outs. But it's just a beautiful story. He went extremely big. A beautiful success story, but actually turned that into a massive bankruptcy. And now he got a second chance in the beautiful United States of America, and he's losing all the lessons that he had in his first bankruptcy to not fuck up the second time. So
They
that's
just can't get enough. They
no,
just can't get enough.
and
Man,
it's beautiful, in my opinion, and I know it would not, or I know
it wouldn't fly here.
it wouldn't fly here. Let's say it like that. So I wanted to say, Louis, do you still want to share anything with the listeners at the end of this podcast?
Well,
Of
I think it's a nice. This was part of a three-part series,
Mhm.
and it's a nice cap. So we started with why we want growth, why growth is important for welvaart and blanking, for prosperity, yeah, for a good future. And but and how do we get growth is with risk. And now we finally covered one of the instruments that allows you to experiment and take risks is a bankruptcy. And the reason we did it in this order is because first we have to sell you on why growth and risk are a good idea. But you can also choose to have another listen. First at bankruptcy that enables risk, which then enables growth and prosperity for a better future. Dare I say, Willem? You agree?
I fully agree. It was a beautiful tree series, and this applies to companies, but it applies as well to you as a person.
Don't bankrupt your body, folks.
If you want to grow as a
You
person,
only have one. That's the beautiful thing. Like, you only have one body, but you can create as many companies as you want. So,
you you don't have
why
one.
did I go there? It's because you love paint so much. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's a topic for another
We're
episode.
derailing. We're derailing. Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and maybe a little teaser. The next episode we'll talk about exit versus stay, because you guys know we often talk about, let's say, the big country in the West, the United States of America versus Europe. But as well, we would love to talk about why you should exit the Europe, or you should exit the US to go to the beautiful Europe, but why should you stay in each of these countries? So hopefully you will enjoy that episode as well next week. So
I want you to stay, but yeah, I know which side you'll be arguing. Yeah.
We'll see. Okay, thanks for listening, and we'll see you again on another episode of the Unquestioned podcast. Bye bye.